Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your Tru Heel Phenom SP3, back once again, collar shirt and all, for the weekend update for the 3 count with SP3. This is December 22nd, 2019. It is a Sunday, and I am here with the weekend update with the 3 count. We're going to be talking about heads of AEW leaving the Twitter universe. We're going to be talking about WWE weekend notes coming out of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, a couple of notes from the WWE, and we're going to finish off with a brand new champion here in professional wrestling on this 3 count with SP3. So for our first count, for our weekend update with the 3 count with SP3, we got to talk about the Young Bucks. Matt and Nick Jackson, they've had quite the interesting week. AEW Dynamite was once again defeated by NXT in the Wednesday Night War ratings. This was probably NXT's biggest victory to date, beating AEW by 112 viewers. I think they finished off with 795 viewers to AEW 683,000. This is coming off the heels of AEW having a very polarizing finish to their show, with the Dark Order attacking all the top babyfaces in All Elite Wrestling. Very infamous was one of the creepers from the Dark Order giving phantom punches where he completely missed Dustin Rhodes. It's been going around the Twitter universe. Former WWE superstars such as Trish Stratus as well as Mark Henry, current WWE superstar Randy Orton, have went on Twitter and basically went out their way to make fun of this incident, as well as Tama Tonga using it in his war against Enzo Amore. But the Young Bucks have seemed to got enough of all the Twitter universe, the Twitter back and forth regarding the ending of the AEW Dynamite, as well as the ratings war. So they have decided to take their talents off of the Twitter universe. Nick Jackson sent out a last tweet saying that he was basically done with the Twitter world, that it was a nice run, but he was over it. Matt Jackson put out a tweet similar to that, and then later responded to fans who were sending their condolences and saying that they would miss the Young Bucks, saying that Matt's Twitter would now become a official Young Bucks Twitter. But Matt and Nick Jackson have left the Twitter world. It's very interesting. This comes a few months after Seth Rollins seemed to have leave the Twitter war after he decided to take shots at Sasha Banks, and then all of Sasha fans went in on him. A lot of people tried to compare the two, which is very ignorant, but not surprising from some of these AEW haters, some of the WWE haters as well. But back and forth, these people are very not the most intelligent, and they decided to compare the two, even though Seth Rollins went out of his way to become a Twitter villain and assault and disparage people, while the Young Bucks have never used their Twitter to do that. They've kind of used their Twitter to bring wrestling fans as well as wrestlers together. They've had their little Twitters back and forth with the Revival, but we've all seen that this very friendly and seems to be causing a lot of people to think that the Revival will wind up in AEW. But the Young Bucks, I'm very sad to see them leave the Twitter world. I feel like their Twitter has been one of the more positive ones in all of professional wrestling. So I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about them leaving the Twitter universe? What do you think about the big uproar regarding their the ending to AEW Dynamite? And what you think, is it a part of the reason why the Young Bucks have left the Twitter universe, or is it more to be with the toxic environment that is Twitter, which is what they said on their Twitter of why they are leaving? For our second count, we got a whole bunch of WWE weekend notes coming out of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Uncle Dave Meltzer talked about a couple of things, as well as the WrestleVotes Twitter page. WrestleVotes Twitter page has been involved in breaking a lot of different news here in 2019 as we finish up the year. They went out of their way on this final week, on one of the final weeks of 2019, to come out and say that John Cena, former WWE superstar, well, I think he's still signed with the company, but he is now a Hollywood movie star. He is supposedly going to have a very substantial role in WrestleMania 36. John Cena is a Tampa Bay native, so he lives in the Tampa area. We don't know who is the particular superstar that he wants to verse, but we hear that he wants a very big role in this WrestleMania 36 after taking a back seat at WrestleMania 35, only appearing in a surprise appearance to confront Elias with a hip-hop battle, bringing back the whole Thugonomics character at WrestleMania 35, and it seems that WrestleMania 36, he wants to be back in the ring wrestling in a major matchup, so we got to stay tuned for that. Another WWE note is apparently Vince McMahon has the idea to make the Revival, the former SmackDown Tag Team Champions, a comedy tag team. Yeah. Revival a couple of months back requested their releases from the WWE and were denied. They were not a part of the 4 superstars that were released a couple of weeks back, but now with a couple of months left on their contracts seem to expire, I think, for Dash, it is going to be in April of 2020. For Dawson, because of his injury back in 2017, it's going to probably be a couple of months after because they've retroactive extended his contract. So it's going to be very interesting to see over the next couple of months as they finish up their time in WWE, how WWE goes out of their way to make them look like fools and make them become a comedy tag team. I don't know if that means that they're going to turn babyface or they're just going to be comedy heels that trip and fall. Apparently, his Dash Wilder's trip a couple of weeks back on SmackDown was the start of this turn to them becoming this comedy tag team. So we got to stay tuned for what's the next thing that they're going to do to make the Revival a comedy tag team. This past week on Friday Night SmackDown, they were a part of a Miracle on 34th Street street fight, which further embarrassed them. So seems to be that this rumor is somewhat true, so we got to stay tuned to see how it develops over the next couple of weeks. Another superstar that is coming back to the WWE along with John Cena at WrestleMania 36 is Cain Velasquez. The former UFC heavyweight champion is supposedly supposed to be returning to the WWE at the Royal Rumble. This is very much what a lot of people thought after the Crown Jewel event, that he would take some time off to further rehab his knee after he got knee surgery a couple of months after Crown Jewel. He's now apparently going to be returning for the Royal Rumble, and we're going to see the start of the build-up to a rematch between him and the WWE champion Brock Lesnar. Whether that means Cain Velasquez is going to win the Royal Rumble, we have to stay tuned. But he is not the only superstar that's going to be returning at the Royal Rumble from what PW Insider says. PW Insider says that Edge, the former WWE World Heavyweight Champion, multi-time WWE Tag Team Champion, Intercontinental Champion, US Champion, this man's won every single title in WWE history. He's a WWE Hall of Famer going into the Hall of Fame back in 2012. He is apparently pegged to be returning to the ring after retiring back in 2011 due to serious neck injuries causing him to no longer be able to take another bump. Edge returned a couple of months back at the Royal Rumble to give Elias a spear, something that caused a lot of people to have their eyebrows up a little bit because Edge has not done a wrestling move or taken a bump ever since his retirement, and this was his first time doing the spear to anyone since his retirement, and the spear causes him to put his head into the ring, so it has to mean that his neck problems have further rehabbed and have further developed, and maybe he is ready to get back into the ring. Kind of hearing rumors from PW insiders as well as a couple of other dirt sheets that he is pegged to return at the Royal Rumble to set up a big major matchup for him at WrestleMania. I would be very excited. Edge is one of my all-time favorites from the professional wrestling world, so I would be very excited to see him back in the ring, maybe for one more match. I think that his next problems were very serious, and he shouldn't risk it by making a full-time run. But coming back to the ring for a part-time role and getting a couple of dream matches in, if that's what he wants to do, if that's what his dream is, if he wants to get back there and really fulfill himself for what he lost a couple of years back, I definitely have all my support towards Edge for that. But it's just a rumor for right now. Edge has gone on Twitter and denied that he has re-signed with the WWE. A couple of months back, PW Insider also said that he signed up a new contract with WWE with a pretty nice upside as well, which a lot of people have not been talking about. Just gotta wait and see as it comes to Edge. Will he return at the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania? Put your comments down below and let us know what you think. And finally, for our third count, we got to talk about a new PWG champion as Bandito, the man who won the Battle of Los Angeles back in Labor Day weekend in September. He finally defeated Jeff Cobb for the PWG Heavyweight Championship. This is a title that has been won by the likes of Sami Zayn, Daniel Bryan, Ricochet, Zack Sabre Jr., and now Bandito, one of the hottest free agents in all of professional wrestling. A man that a couple of weeks back we reported had reportedly signed with CMLL in Mexico and no-showed his appearance at AAA. And we don't know his status as far as Ring of Honor, but we know that Bandito is the new Pro Wrestling Guerrilla champion. This is a promotion that has really gone out of their way to really push Bandito as one of their top stars. So I'm very happy that he finally came to the mountaintop and won the big title in PWG. I was told that it was a very thrilling, very high impact 17-minute matchup in the main event of PWG. So I'm very happy for Bandito. I'm going to go out of my way to watch this match because Bandito versus Jeff Cobb is surely to be a great, tremendous matchup. Jeff Cobb is one of the most agile, most powerful men in professional wrestling, while Bandito is one of the best high flyers in the world. So these two, I'm sure, had a great matchup. So I am going to go out my way to watch it, and I hope you will as well. Post your comments down below about what you think about Bandito winning the PWG title, or what you thought about any of the 3 count, our weekend update for the 3 count, any of the WWE notes, what you guys think about John Cena returning to the WWE at WrestleMania and what his role possibly might be, what you guys think about the Revival becoming a comedy tag team, what you guys think about Cain Velasquez returning at the Royal Rumble, and do you think Edge will return to the ring in either the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania? What you guys think about the Young Bucks leaving Twitter and about the uproar and the fans basically poking fun at them for the ending of All Elite Wrestling Dynamite this week? Stay tuned for all the great content that we got right here on Tru Heel Heat's YouTube channel. Still to come this weekend, you got Ness ST as well as the All Elite recap, and of course, the very popular SmackDown with the Lynches. So until the next 3 count with SP3, it is me, your Tru Heel Phenom SP3, signing off until next time.